All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Saiki K, Season 2, Episode 4. Let's meet some first years. Okay. Let's have madness and senpais and jealousy and all of that all crammed into one.
And all the cringe.
Of course.
Cringe.
Of course.
And I want Nendo to end up being the hero of at least one first year.
You know, okay, actually, all right.
Or maybe Hyro.
Well, okay. I mean, why not? Both.
I mean, Hyro's the hero of everyone.
Hyro's the hero of everyone. His ass will save the day. But while we have talked about the idea of competition for Terahashi, competition for Chiyo, with someone maybe crushing on Kaido. Yes.
Oh, you meant for Terahashi
romantic
with
competition.
Saiki. Gotcha.
Indeed.
I see.
You know what I just realized I would actually love to have is like an added bit of just chaos.
A Shun Kaido Chuni protege. Okay.
Someone that gets a crush on Nendo.
Oh, you want
Picture
to go to ramen?
it. Picture it. It could be
I see it.
fantastic.
But I think what would happen is just Nendo would be like, "Oh, that's nice. Let's go have ramen."
Yeah, and
they would be like,
they'd just be a couple instantly.
But that's the thing. Nendo wouldn't consider them necessarily to be instantly a couple.
It would be the couple without labels kind of a thing.
This
right?
person would get friend zoned so fast,
or
because they're not Terahashi,
or just. Well, okay. All right. Compelling argument.
Nendo's so
all right,
just straightforward and simple-minded. Yeah. I feel like he would potentially miss out on the.
But Terahashi's only had the ramen with them the one time.
That's one time with Terahashi.
No, I know,
man.
Yeah, but imagine
God's chosen.
But if the number of times of having ramen with the new girl reaches 2, then maybe that's it. Right?
I mean, the more and more Nendo hangs out with his pal, with his buddy, the more Terahashi encounters he gets.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's a vicious cycle.
It could get complicated.
It could get complicated.
Yeah. Battle strategies will absolutely have to be devised. Yes.
For sure. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. Judgment lights up. I don't think I've laughed this hard in a Saiki K episode in a long time. In fact, I wasn't even laughing. My breath was taken away from me. My heart was triple beating, and I was in pain.
It shouldn't be that funny.
No,
it had no reason to be that funny.
Fucking face, just trying to. I can't even think about it again. It just kept going and going. And going. But
man,
as for a stupid thing to keep up as a gag, it was perfect.
Absolutely wonderful.
But then also the fact that Saiki was having his own equivalent. I think I realized why. I just looking at one of the frames of his face. There's an element of this that is so funny. Just looking at it, it's the idea that when he's about
every time I think I'm done laughing, I open my eyes and
I just had to have this here because when he's trying to sneeze, he brings up his hands he's hey, Neko-chan, yeah, but it's all who does that? I think if anything, I just kind of go and then I'm and I sneeze. But with this, there's an element of where
let's shift it to another frame just so we can get
just
even
so
more
we can go
joy
and actually here's another one. I think it's also the fact that this, if you take it out of context, this also looks like a nut face, he's practically about to come, and he's just oh fuck yeah, and then he just looks so disappointed
when it reverts, and he's just oh I guess it's gone.
When she gives you the glocky, gobble gobble, and then she stops, right? Just
where the fuck did you first hear the term glocky glocky?
I just made it up because I've heard iterations of that, but oh my god, that was
oh boy,
so funny. Okay, but the actual episode gave us a new character.
That's
She's
right.
a first year. She's rather cute.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, we can get back to her in a bit. But
Emu or something. Umi or...
I think it was Umi, yeah.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
None of the other people in the school remember either.
Yeah. And, no, if anything... Oh, now I have to bring up the part where she's like, oh, no makeup must be abbreviated from needlessly overdone. You know, that's what she means, clearly, right? But, no, the idea that Saiki thought she was cuter than Teruhashi is very fascinating, because while everyone else clearly has declared that Teruhashi is superior in every way, and Nendo, the champion, the one
Chad
that was
right in front of her, is like, no, Teruhashi's way cuter. Come on,
they
guys.
hated him because he spoke the truth.
Right. How could you say something
so controversial and yet so brave?
Right, exactly. Yep.
Oh my god.
That was wonderful. Like, I love that Saiki couldn't even tell the difference between the two just from reading the thoughts, because he's like, no, these are the exact same kind of thoughts that
Imu.
I would get from
Imu. Rifuta Imu. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So she's the villain from One Piece. Cool. Okay. But like, all right.
She's wanting the world to revolve around her. So,
That's true.
She's
starting
effectively
wars
trying
and everything.
to make a one world government.
Who will she erase from the history? She's like, all right, Teruhashi. She's got to go.
Yeah. But, Buster call.
Oh man. Okay. Yep. So we've got our first year that's been introduced. Yep. Already shaking things up. Love it. Love it.
Reeing in the sky at her own impotence at, the fact that the sky itself serves Teruhashi.
Right. Know? It's like, it's the classic big fish in a small pond kind of thing, And then all of a sudden she just goes to the place where Teruhashi exists, and, she's shit out of luck.
Yep.
But even though Saiki thinks that she's cuter than Teruhashi, I don't think
he will never communicate that.
He will never communicate it, not to her or to anyone else, really.
So it doesn't matter, really.
But it is information. True. And I feel like that's information that is it's a matter of time before it's used in some way, because that is a way to potentially upset the balance, right? If
Teruhashi could dye her hair blonde.
Well, sure, right. Like because if Teruhashi intentionally crushed this girl on first encounter, right? What will happen when all of a sudden it's like oh yeah, I have the attention of literally everybody over you, right? Except for Saiki. Wait.
Except for Saiki. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. And it could be something that's completely casual for Saiki, where it's just like, no, I think she's a little cuter, but
as vengeance, she goes after Saiki to get back at Teruhashi, and then Saiki's like, yeah, sure, we can go out. That's cool.
Right, and then he's like, wait a minute, and he hears Teruhashi's thoughts, and he's like, I get the feeling this is going to cause trouble. Like, this sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she'd have to, go after one of Saiki's friends to try and get Saiki jealous to go after Teruhashi.
Yes.
That's some serious, I took a potato chip and eat it kind of stratagems.
I would absolutely be down for there being Death Note level, mind games with regards to one-sided romances in this show.
Yeah, them shipping themselves with someone who doesn't have any interest in them.
And then them having competitions with each other, even though...
not communicating that.
Yeah. Right, and then also neither one having any chances with the actual person.
Classic high school animation.
Exactly. Yep. And the fact that they kept it to one first-year introduction for this episode, I think that's a really good idea. That would have been probably a lot if we got all of the characters from the opening that are new characters all in the one episode.
There's only two others that were new in the OP.
I believe so, because there's the
Gyaru girl.
There's the Gyaru girl, and then there's the girl with the longer blonde hair.
Yeah, I think so. But that's actually a good point. That girl in the blonde hair that was longer, I think could actually be a character that dyed their hair blonde. Like a character that we already know.
Or maybe that's the Gyaru without the makeup.
Oh.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't have a solid image of them.
Me neither. I think they had a little bit more...
I want to say there might have been a
I think it was actually a wig. No, because the hair was way too frizzy and different. So, I don't know. But all in all... pretty solid episode.
Oh, yes.
Had a Giga S tier skit in it, though. That just
purely visual comedy. The actual jokes that were happening, okay, yes, they were nice. I liked the idea that Saiki kept destroying his dad's stuff, because
That was great too.
Bothered by him or whatever.
But it was also auditory comedy. I have to give props over and over again to this show for killing it with the voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, absolutely killing it because of how fast a lot of the lines are delivered, but also the idea that all these sneezes are done by the voice actors.
Right. The dad sneeze that is like...
It's like a big snort.
Something ungodly happened back there. An animal was slaughtered or something.
And we could tell that when we flipped over, it's like, oh my
we couldn't
God,
have
what is
expected
happening?
something that bad.
I mean,
Holy
okay,
shit.
so I don't have allergies, but I've had those moments where... like I had a reaction to like a specific type of grass seed or something like that. And like my skin gets kind of puffy and I get like every orifice here just like flooding liquid.
Sometimes shit just happens, you know? Yeah.
It's just bad, you know? But like when you sneeze with that, it is literally one of the most disgusting sounding things. So like the fact that they did it like this, I kind of had that flashback of like, I think I've had that before.
Right, where it's like...
I don't remember the exact sound, but I remember that.
It's like, hold on, the amount of volume of liquid I am voiding through my face, you know, on a I feel like I should be concerned for my health.
Right,
you know?
It always felt wrong when you drink water, because you're like, I am just... there's a cycle going through here, and it's just going back out.
Right, when you have just, like, it's real bad, and then you're like...
You're also sweating while doing this as well.
Oh, right, that too, you know. But then it's like the amount of tissues that I've gone through and the amount of snot that is on each tissue. And then your mind starts to do like the volume math, and you're like, hold on a sec.
I'm losing weight here. Right. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
Yep.
The other skits were fine.
Right.
It's just they were tent pulled so hard.
Exactly. And let's be real, Reita, there's a reason you're not in the story as much, and it's not just because you're a more one-note pervert, but your comedy can't hold a candle.
You're also just kind of 2-bit to Saiki's gig, so get fucked, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry. The bit of the April Fools, I loved that.
Yes.
That was great.
That was great.
Of like, because of course Kaido says all of the, just blatant lies and everything, right? And then you get into a Boy Who Cried Wolf situation. But then
he would like switch up the lies in the same sentence sometimes as well to mess with Nendo.
But then Saiki actually makes the beam get shot from the tower so that he believes him, because you know what?
No.
You're not that bad.
And poor Kaido's just gonna end up in like a crazy hospital at some point, be like in a straitjacket.
He's like, no, this is actually real. I know that
it's like you're graduating, buddy. You need to get over your chuniness. He's like, I've been seeing shit since I was 15.
Yeah.
This is not a joke. The world is crazy. There is dark powers that control it. Like, that's the thing. Eventually, in this show, we're going to actually fight Dark Reunion. Like, Dark Reunion will actually be a thing. Like,
yeah, Saiki, either as like a joke thing for Kaido to entertain him or something.
Or led by Saiki's brother, you know? Like,
or led by Saiki's brother, led by the Terahashi fan club. Or Saiki ends up inadvertently using his telepathy stuff in some way that makes it so that for a time Dark Reunion actually exists.
Right. Yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there and watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so maybe that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.